Shut up and sit down.
안녕하세요 여러분. 저는 Dave 선생님입니다. Today I would like to talk about beer. When I first arrived in Korea, almost 20 years ago, there wasn't a very wide selection of beers and very few imported draft beers. But in the last 5 to 10 years, things have changed. Although they are a bit more expensive than the top-selling beers in Korea, Korea now produces some excellent craft beers. Let's try a couple of them. So, if I'm going to have Korean beer, then I should really have some Korean anju side dish. I like 멸치. Very simple. I'm on a diet, but I'm drinking beer. So I'm going to try 3 beers. This one I haven't tried for a while, right? It's Namsan Premium Citra Ale. I've got 3 different pint glasses from the UK. When I go to the UK, I get them as kind of souvenirs. So 1 pint is a little bit more than O백cc, not much, but this is almost a perfect fit. Yeah, taste number 1 of Namsan Premium Citra Ale. Ooh, that's actually much better than I remember it. Yeah, it's got a fruity kind of taste to it. Nice. I have a question, a quiz question. OB lager, what does OB stand for? I'll tell you at the end of the video. The end of beer number 1. Beer number 2. Sorry, oops. Kwangwamun. My choice number 2, which is an ale. A Seoul Light ale. Seoul Light. Do you live in Seoul? Then you are a Seoul Light. Perfectly poured. Beautiful. Kombe, cheers. Yeah, that's a good beer. It's much thicker than the first beer I had. It's got a kind of deep taste. Thick and deep. It's definitely what the British people would call an ale. What's your favorite beer? What's your favorite anju? This beer is much heavier than the first one. Heavy beer. This beer is so heavy. It's so heavy. Beer number 3. It's good beer. Just kidding. This is kind of one of my favorite Korean beers. Again, it's an ale, it's an IPA. It has a slightly more malty flavor. The history of IPA goes back to when the British were in India, before airplanes had even been invented. And British people who lived in India wanted to drink good British beer. But to transport beer from the UK to India was very difficult. And the temperature, the climate in India, it's very hot. So the beer just didn't taste good if it traveled for such a long time by ship from the UK to India. So they decided to make a new recipe to make a beer which would travel well. So it was made especially for British people living in India, and it was a success. Kombe. Cheers. So, I've enjoyed some lovely Korean beer, and I've enjoyed making this video, and I'm going to have my last anchovy. And before I forget, OB stands for Oriental Breweries, which was one of the first major beer producers in Korea. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Shut up and sit down.